welcome from Aflaj. Where we camp near these houses. We drove to the outskirts of Aflaj for Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. We left a bit early. We were here at 8, so that was perfect. We camped here and now we're gonna go drive maybe 100 kilometers more south and we're gonna explore the Wadi systems there. I'm really curious. From Google Earth it looks like there's some water, there are some old houses. I'm looking forward to explore these wadis. Back in the car because it's so windy and you wouldn't hear a thing that I would say outside. So there's all these old houses and all these mounds that you see everywhere. We reckon there were houses at some point, and you can see old walls that were built to, you know, to designate which area was from which family. They're all made from river rocks, so must have been you can see some of the rocks are quite smooth, and he says you can see that they've been washed down by water. So it's quite an interesting place actually. There's a lot more to see than I initially thought. Apparently these lakes were filled with natural groundwater. So they started using the water for agriculture and for farming. The groundwater level dropped a lot, and this is why the lakes couldn't fill from the groundwater anymore and why they eventually dried up. But we heard stories from people saying like, oh yeah, before we used to go to the Layla lakes for the weekends. Probably some of my Saudi followers know. How long ago was there still water in this lake? I was thinking like maybe 20-30 years ago, but maybe it was even more recent. Would be really cool to know. In the distance you can see the Layla resort that was built right on the lake. Apparently never opened because the lake dried up, which is a bit sad. Now we're gonna drive to our next point of interest, which is a Wadi. I have no idea what it's called. We saw an old bus and we were super curious if it's abandoned or not. We're gonna have a look inside. Yalla. Did someone live in here?
I don't know.
You could live in here.
Pretty clean.
Yeah?
Shelter. Used for shelter maybe.
A bird lived here at some point.
I found out about the bus that the bus was produced here in Saudi Arabia in 2002. And I was quite surprised about that.
And after this quick stop we deflated our tires a little bit just to give ourselves a little bit of a more comfortable ride. Look at this. This will be cool if the water goes through.
It's starting to stack up.
Yep. Wow, and look at these pieces are massive, eh?
Wow.
This is taller than I am. I love how this whole Wadi is just scattered with mud houses everywhere. We drove out of the Wadi and now we're driving on top of the sort of the escarpment that we were driving in at first. And now like we lost all the greenery, which is a bit sad. And it's just this really boring landscape.
Wow.
Yeah, it's deep. It's really spectacular landscapes. For the last 20 minutes we've been looking for a campsite. I think we found a really nice place. We're gonna drive to it now. So we made our loop safely. We've arrived in Al-Hadda. And now we're gonna cross the roads and we're gonna see on the other side of the road if we can find this wadi with water inside. We made it to the water wadi and it has water, but it's quite a scramble. Off. This is the last pool, but it's dry. If it had rained, this waterfall would be so cool. And the water will come from there and then it will overflow there. It's really impressive. The walls are so high. Okay. Oh, so sad. This is it.
Yeah, but it was cool. It was definitely worth a stop.
Yeah. So we had some time to kill, and on our way to Riyadh we passed this really nice area that we really loved, so we decided to go out and play for the next 2 hours as a stopover. So we did, I don't know, 1.5 hour of super annoying, boring roads. I fell asleep. Jules almost fell asleep, but he was driving so he couldn't. But now we're here.
Up to me. Well, this was the weekend. Thank you for watching our video.
It's just the boring drive home.
Approximately 3 hours, 300 kilometers on a crazy single lane road. Luckily the last 100 kilometers will be double road, so that makes it a bit easier.
We had a lovely weekend. We saw lots of different things, and as cherry on top we had a 2-hour ramble through the moon zone. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up.
And subscribe.
Alright, see you next week.
Bye.